on, guys. Deshaun Watson threw 10 passes in the final preseason game of the year. Mm-hmm. He was 5 of 10. He had, I think, 92 yards, I believe, and a touchdown. What did you guys think of his performance, G. Bush?
I thought there was some, I thought that this is the closest we've seen to what Deshaun Watson can offer. It was glimpses of it, and I think it was much more comfortable than what we saw. The 2 fumbles, I don't put that on him. Now those are just running back errors, or whatever the case may be. There was a throw that I thought Elijah Moore ran an out route that he kind of skipped it to him. He kind of missed that route.
That was a bad throw.
That was a bad throw.
Yeah.
But I also think that you saw the money show, the money shots. When you talking about that seam route to DPJ, that's an elite quarterback throw. Right off the bat, crazy. The touch he threw on the corner route with Njoku, beautiful. Put a touch on it, dropped it in the bucket. They work on that, throwing the ball in the bucket from the corner in practice from OTAs. I thought that was beautiful. Then you got to see his mobility. You got to see him move out. Now, basically, he had to move out the way because Jedrick Wills got destroyed again.
By a second team
DN, getting pushed all in the backfield. Yeah. But Deshaun Watson, he scrambles, escapes, finds Amari Cooper down the sideline, 50-something yards. And I just think those are the plays, the mobility, the arm strength, some of the impromptu stuff. I really, really thought he played his best game in the offseason. He had a couple of bad throws here or there, but I was encouraged by what I saw.
Yeah, same here. I thought Deshaun Watson played well. Not great, but he played well. To your point, a couple throws, both of the throws that I thought was pretty poor throws, both went to Elijah Moore. It seemed like they was just downward in trajectory. Mm-hmm. It's kind of skipped the ground or whatever. But I saw a lot of good things. I seen the timing. I seen the chemistry that I was looking for. That seam route that he hit DPJ on, I mean, that was a perfect timing pattern right there. You talk about the touchdown to David Njoku. You could tell the chemistry between him and Njoku has grown. They talked about on the broadcast about Njoku liking the ball in certain areas to where he can only go get it. So you can see that chemistry and development there. I thought you seen the athleticism and the playmaking ability when the pocket broke down and he was able to roll out and hit Amari Cooper on the fly. Again, the word chemistry. You seen Amari Cooper stop on the route, realize what was going on, and then kind of make his way downfield. It makes me feel very comfortable about this offense heading into week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Like yourself, I know some people want to put those 2 fumbles on Deshaun Watson. I can't. The reason being, I've seen that play run with every other running back in the backfield, and the handoff to running back exchange was smooth. Yeah. So, Wilkins was there for a cup of coffee, and clearly it didn't work. But overall, I thought Deshaun Watson played pretty well, and I think that by seeing how he played in those 3 series, he led 2 touchdown drives. Of course, they had the turnover. I'm comfortable with what I've seen heading into week 1.
I'm in agreement. I thought he played pretty well. It certainly wasn't great. There were some bad throws. It's hard to judge. Deshaun Watson's thrown 13 passes in the preseason.
Right.
It's not enough of a sample size. A QBR is stupid when it's that few passes. Doesn't make any sense. Like you guys have both mentioned, I thought the Donovan Peoples-Jones throw was actually his best throw. Mikey lost his mind on Twitter, saying that David Njoku throw was the greatest throw in the history of football. I don't know. That was like
I did not say it was the greatest throw in the history of football, but it was a perfectly thrown touchdown.
It was a great throw. You guys didn't mention the throw to Amari Cooper for the long completion, which I thought was a nice throw as well.
Yeah, the one where he scrambled out?
Yeah. He just talked about Jed Wills getting burned.
I just thought Jed Wills.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, man, this guy.
Yeah.
I looked at that, and again, because I keep using the word chemistry, right? Because to me, with the offense being so new and so different and him having the keys to the offense, I really wanted to see what the chemistry looked like between him and his guys.
Yeah.
And when Jed Wills got beat and that play broke down, you could see Amari Cooper adjust his route.
Right.
And so it's like they were on the same page. Okay, this is what we're going to do if this situation happens. And so just seeing that chemistry with him and his guys, I'm looking forward to it. You could tell Elijah Moore is a guy that he likes to target. I don't know if it's because Elijah Moore is short, but it seems like a lot of his passes is kind of heading in a downward direction.
And let me tell you this. I don't want to jump the gun here, but when Deshaun Watson, I think he was talking to Mary Kay Cabby, he said it's going to be explosive.
He said fireworks.
He said fireworks.
So week 1's going to be fireworks.
And you know why I feel like he said that? it wasn't necessarily what other people did. You notice everybody got a little touch. DPJ, like that. Mari Cooper running the scramble drill, quarterback scrambling. You know, look at the quarterback, get eye contact, move downfield. He hit him on that one. But the biggest news was he's going to get Marquise Goodwin back. See,
we're gonna get there, G.
Look. I don't give you too much, but
now,
that was he feeling good about that.
To be fair, I don't think we know enough about the chemistry yet. Again, he's only thrown 13 passes in the preseason. He's had now a full off season with some of these guys. Elijah Moore's new. You know, some teams you're not going to have the. He's not going to have the same chemistry with these guys that Joe Burrow has with his guys because they've played a lot longer together. But I think there were signs, I agree with you, that there is some developing chemistry. There'll be moments where it'll be off because they still haven't played a lot together long enough. Deshaun Watson has still played very little football for the Browns when it's all said and done, and Elijah Moore is new. But there was a lot of good things to take out of what he did in this game. By the way, speaking of quarterbacks, who the hell is Steve Buechele, who started for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Played at SMU.
No idea who
Texas
that guy
legend.
is. He looked horrendous.
But
that guy.
didn't Buechele go to Texas first? And then transfer to SMU?
And then he went to SMU.
And then who knew Blaine Gabbert was still in the league?
I didn't either.
I did because they signed him to replace Chad Henne. They just replaced the old dinosaur backup quarterback with a new old dinosaur.
Why didn't they start? If Gabbert's going to be the backup, why didn't he start the game instead of Buechele?
Andy, I thought Patrick Mahomes was going to play. When did they say he wasn't playing? I thought this whole week we were leading up to.
I didn't see it until right before the game.
I thought he was playing as well.
That just goes. I know why he ain't playing. They didn't want to get a Browns. They scared. They don't have nothing for the Browns.
Go ahead and say it. You was about to say something.
They don't. They were scared of that pass rush. They don't want no parts of that because it was teased that Myles Garrett was going to play, right?
No. He's the one that they said was not him and Chubb.
Hey, they don't want no part. Did you see what Zadarius Smith did to their tackle?
That was embarrassing.
Beat him up on that play.
Hey, one thing on Deshaun Watson. I'm not sure if you guys picked up on this, but to me, the two things that stood out to me most about Deshaun Watson's performance, and I'm with you guys, I thought it was pretty solid overall. One, how frustrated he got with Wilkins on those botched handoffs. Yeah. Like, he was legitimately pissed off at Wilkins, and I love to see my quarterback, who's had very limited time in the preseason, be so adamant about staying on the field and be legitimately pissed off that someone else ruined his playing time. It's a minute thing.
The quarterback's got to get on players when they screw up. That's part of being a quarterback.
I love to see that. Second, from Watson, we just haven't seen him throw a lot, especially in the preseason. The fact that we saw the full arsenal of arm difference between him and some other guys, I thought was pretty evident. The bullet to DPJ on that skinny post was an absolute piss missile. The lob to Njoku in the back of the end zone.
Ever. We're going to just skip past
y'all never heard of a piss missile?
No.
Keep going, Mikey. Keep going, man.
We're going to skip up. Bull, I've never heard that.
Laser beam dart? Whatever. Is it piss missile?
I might have to go with that one. That's
I mean, it was slick.
So we're going to have to make a UCSS calendar of words that we've invented. It slapdicks on it.
Yeah.
Piss missile. We'll just keep adding it. But it was a piss missile.
Yeah.
Phenomenal throw. The lob float pass to Njoku in the end zone. There's really only one place you can put that without the safety undercutting it. Maybe not the greatest throw of all time. You're right, Bull. It was a damn good throw. And then the arm talent to escape, running left, throwing across his body to hit Cooper after, as G so eloquently put it, Jed Wills got broken into. I know he was wide open, but that's a crossbody throw 30 yards downfield. We saw the full arsenal of what is in Deshaun Watson's right arm.
Most importantly, starting tomorrow, we no longer have to talk about preseason football.
Facts.
Yeah.
And now we can actually talk about how he performs in games that matter, in games that really count, against starters and guys that are doing everything to win. That I can't wait for. Cut down day is tomorrow. Got to be down to 53 tomorrow. And full speed ahead. What did you think of the other quarterbacks yesterday? They all had basically the same numbers.
It was pretty impressive.
I thought DTR, he had a really nice rope to Cedric Tillman. He threw that throw was crazy. He got hit up underneath the chin and everything, threw it in anticipation, looked off the backside. I was like, yo, backside dig, that was nice. Now, here's the thing also, too. I did see that DTR kind of looked like a rookie just because he held on the ball a little bit longer, right? Yeah. You didn't see the same kind of 1, 2, 3 ball out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ball out. Or if it's not there, take off and scramble. You really didn't get a chance to see that. But I like what Coach Stefanski did. I would have liked to see him a couple more series, but then I forgot. He's the number 2 quarterback. So
Yeah, they
ain't going to get him smashed. So I was like, dang, man, with DTR coming out, I'm like, man, why, bro? You got to give him some looks. And then was like, oh, I forgot he's number 2.
Yeah, I mean, DTR capped off what has been an amazing offseason for himself, right? I mean, he's one of the highest rated quarterbacks in the preseason. He didn't turn the ball over not one time. He was able to grow each week. And then even like with the Kansas City Chiefs game not being comparable to his performances in the other games, you got to understand you're going against the Super Bowl champions to where the level of competition is different, the level of coaching is different. And for him to still go out there and have some success.
But it was backups.
It was backups.
Well,
but
it's probably third stringers by then.
It was backups, but, you know, when you're being coached by Andy Reid, it hit a little different from when you're going against.
And you Arrowhead.
It just the whole thing hits a little different. So I thought he played well. I thought Kellen Mond played well. The Browns have a pretty solid quarterback room. I think DTR will have a fun experience sitting behind Deshaun Watson this season.
Please.
And learning the ropes.
Don't have him play a single snap this year.
Yeah, if it's
like I said, except for games, maybe let's see him play game 17 when they're locked into their playoff spot. That's what I want to see.
Actually, you start to see as demonstrative as Deshaun Watson was when the running back dropped the football twice.
Yeah.
That shows me that like he's starting to feel he's in that quarterback. Like Joe Burrow don't come out of games, and it don't matter if you were Patrick Mahomes when he was hurt. He said, no, I'm not coming out the game.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is not coming. He's not Jacoby Brissett. He's not. This year, he'll tell.
No,
we're not going to do that.
You can definitely tell that this is his team.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference, I think, for me from last year to this year. Just from everything that we know transpired in the offseason, when you see his body language on the football field, when you see him interacting with his teammates, you know, you see a guy who, okay, this is my team. I'm in control. I'm a leader. You know, I'm the captain because I'm pretty sure he will be wearing a C on his jersey this year.
Yeah.
It's a night and day difference from last year to this year. And you see him taking total command. And I think that, you know, energy transfers. And if that's the type of energy that you're giving off, then damn it should be a fun season in Cleveland for the Browns.
I'm not ready to go as far as you, Earl, about his leadership and command of the offense yet. I think it's trending that way. I'm not as quite ready to say it's 100% there. I did think it was a good sign when he did, you know, the arrow.
Yes.
Because I think we didn't. I feel like we didn't. Maybe we did see it, and I just
Probably
don't
seen it
remember.
No, we didn't see it at all last year.
We
Did
needed
not see
that. That's cocky Deshaun. We need cocky Deshaun because cocky Deshaun is a great player.
Yeah.
Timid Deshaun is just a guy. I need cocky Deshaun. That's
Cocky
what we
Deshaun.
need.
Remember his first playoff game against the Buffalo Bills? He gets hit from 2 defenders coming in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Spins out, throws the touchdown pass, immediately flexes the muscles. That's the Deshaun Watson we want to see here in Cleveland.
He's getting there.
That's the guy we want to see here.
Mikey McNuggets.